Hello, all. I'm Michael with WriterSanctuary. How often do you get in your own way? By that, I mean how often do you waste time, avoid potential, or not take chances when they're in your favor? For a myriad reasons, folks often get in the way of their own success. Now, take me for example. Yes, my life is completely chaotic, and it seems like every day is a new dumpster fire. But I still wind up burning a lot of that time myself. The chaos isn't the only thing that taps my time. There are a lot of times when my breaks go a bit longer than anticipated, or I'll get sidetracked of planning something that has absolutely no bearing on what I'm doing today. Now, don't get me wrong, the chaos in this house it can get ridiculous at times, but it's not always the chaos that melts away my day. Now, I know this, and I'm trying to keep all the top spinning as much as I can, but the truth of the matter is that I wind up wasting a lot of my time. So, what about avoiding things that have potential? Now, a lot of people won't put in effort into something for a wide scope of reasons. This is often comes down to imposter syndrome. In my experience, people often deny themselves something great because they don't think they deserve it. It's a whole thing, and I've done videos and blog posts about imposter syndrome. Anyway, when you get into that mindset, you essentially cut your success off at the knees before you even get started. Now, I had a severe problem with this back in the day, and in some regards, I still do. But I've come a long way since the days of old of being too timid to take chances. My point is that nothing in life is guaranteed, but as they say, you'll miss 100% of the shots you do not take. This means that if you do nothing, you'll instantly fail. But if you take the chance, then you increase your odds from zero. Now, one of the problems I see, especially on social media, is how many authors are putting themselves down because they haven't reached some sort of pinnacle of success that they envisioned. In fact, I personally know two writers who received a single negative review and internalized it to the point of giving up decent careers. Instead of learning and growing, they got in their own way and threw in the towel right from the jump.
I'm kicking my ass! Do you mind?
Now, it's true that not everyone has the skin needed to be in the public eye. You can't please 100% of the people 100% of the time, and a lot of folks are going to hate for the sake of hating. But if you let those comments from people you'll never meet in person guide your path, you're never going to be satisfied. So, what can you do to stop getting in your own way? Well, here are some things I try to practice every day. It doesn't always work out, but at least I know I'm giving it a shot.
Never give up, never surrender.
First, be mindful of how much time you waste. Now, I use a spreadsheet to track all my time, kind of like a timesheet of sorts. Using this spreadsheet, I can see all kinds of areas that I burn time. Usually it's 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, but it adds up very quickly. Now, you don't have to dork out to that extent, but being mindful of what you're doing throughout the day can help you realize where you're burning time. Secondly, is to work on that imposter syndrome or whatever mental hang up you have about success. Now, that is easier said than done for most folks, and there are a lot of people in the world today that it's not always easy to bury those demons. Yeah, it took me a decade to change a lot of my mindset about myself as a writer. Being confident in yourself and what you offer the world can be a life changer, and it's worth the every moment of real effort you put in to shed those feelings of self doubt. There is a reason why therapists exist, and if you can't do it yourself, there's no harm in asking somebody for help. Next up is acknowledge compliments and change how you view yourself. Now, one of the first steps I took to build confidence as a freelance writer was changing how I accepted compliments from clients. Instead of falling back on the excuse in case something goes awry, I simply started saying thank you and nothing more. After a while, I started to believe the compliments from clients rather than writing them off as somebody just trying to be nice. Now, once you start building confidence, you'll see all kinds of opportunities open up before you. Lastly, stop making excuses and realize that you're part of the problem sometimes. As I said earlier, my life is chaotic, but I contribute to that chaos. It's self imposed a lot of the time. I'm not going to pretend that the universe just doesn't want me to succeed because, in reality, the universe doesn't give a shit. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the whole problem. Sometimes life will derail my efforts in a spectacular fashion. What I'm saying, though, is that you need to be self aware. The universe isn't out to get you, and there are times when you derail your own effort. Now, don't get me wrong. There are plenty of us out there who live a life of one chaotic moment after another. But how many of you can put the blame squarely on chaos for disrupting your day or holding you back? For example, I know a lot of authors on social media who complain about not selling books, but don't bother going out of their way to go to author events, run ads, or approach local bookstores. They rely solely on social media. Now, some people have been able to make social media work for their book sales, but um, I think I've seen maybe two in my entire career. The point is that a lot of these authors get in their own way by not trying everything possible to get their books and their name out in the public eye. So, before you give up, sit down with yourself and figure out how you're getting in your own way. Now, how much time do you wind up wasting on things that don't matter? Now, how many opportunities have you glossed over because you don't feel that you're worthy enough? One of my favorite sayings is, "This, above all, to thine own self be true." Try to view yourself from an objective mindset and be honest with yourself. Try to pull emotion away from it. Now, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but you can open your eyes to a lot of things that you can change as a writer. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And for more videos about self-publishing, blogging, freelance writing, or anything else I cover, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. I think that's going to do it for me today. I've got a lot of chaos to deal with. I'll see you next time.